We're going back into the book today. We're going to do 2.3, and really I think you could go ahead and do the assignment, but I think if I point out a couple patterns, it will make it easier for you. So if I wanted to multiply 2x minus 3 and x plus 6, we would draw the box and put 2x minus 3 on one side and x plus 6 on the other. And then every square is just the product of the row and column that it resides in. So this square is x times 2x, which is 2x squared. Okay. And then x times negative 3 would be negative 3x, 12x, and negative 18. And then you look inside there and look for like terms. And they usually, almost all the time, the like terms are on the diagonals. So the middle diagonal has the x terms. So that would simplify to be 2x squared plus 9x minus 18. Everybody get that? Okay. Now, sometimes the stuff inside those two polynomials is exactly the same. For instance, x plus 3 and x plus 3. So we'll do a couple of these and then figure out a pattern that we can kind of speed things up with. So x plus 3 and x plus 3, x squared plus 3x plus 3x plus 9. Okay. And then that gives me x squared plus 6x plus 9. All right, let's do another one. X minus 5 and x minus 5. And sometimes it will just be x minus 5 squared. But just remember you need to write that twice. Otherwise, you'll probably miss the middle term. So we draw the box. X minus 5 and x minus 5. X squared minus 5x minus 5x plus 25. And I get x squared minus 10x plus 25. Okay. Does anybody see the pattern? How does this compare to that? And how does this compare to that? Good. So the first one, the first term, is just x times x. Got that? And then the last term is just 3 times 3, or negative 5 times negative 5. Okay? What about the middle term? Where does it come from? It's the outside times the inside times... So this is easy, x times x. And this is easy, 9 times 9. But it's the middle one that gives us a little bit of trouble. And it's really just the outside times the outside and the inside times the inside. Or really, it's the outside times 2. Right? 6x is twice as big as 3 times x. Right. This only works if it's exactly the same on both sides. That's what we're doing today. Well, that's half of what we're doing today. Okay. So on this one, x times x, negative 5 times negative 5, which gives me positive 25. And then that one is x times negative 5 times 2. Does that make sense? So if I had x plus 7 squared, can you multiply that without using the box? What would you write? So x squared, that's the first one. What's the last one? Is it 49 or negative 49? It's 49. So plus 49. And what about the middle one? it's going to be twice as big as x times 7. So plus 14x. Does anybody not understand that? Now, once again, as Oakley pointed out, that only works when it's the same polynomial times itself. Okay. What if we did x minus 2 squared? What will that be? X squared and 4. That's the easy part. Now, the hard part is negative 2 times x times 2. So it's this times that. Right? So we get x times x, that's the first one, and negative 2 times negative 2, that's the last one. The middle one is x times negative 2, and then we double it because there are 2 of them. So what we're really doing is x times negative 2 is negative 2x, and then we do negative 2 times x, which is also negative 2x, and those together make negative 4. Because it really looks like this. So there's x squared. There is the plus 4. But this one is negative 2x. And this one is also negative 2x. And because I have 2 of those, it creates negative 4x. So that's a really good question. The reason it's that way is because this squared tells us to write it twice. Okay. What about x plus 9 squared? So x squared plus 18x plus 81. Everybody understand that? Okay. X minus 8 squared. What's that one going to be? So x squared minus 16x plus 64. Now, if you don't remember the rule, that's okay. Just draw the box and put x minus 8 on one side and x minus 8 on the other, and then multiply them together and simplify. Okay. Now, what happens if I make one little change? So if I did x plus, let's not do it that way. If I had x minus 3 and x minus 3, then we know that's going to be x squared minus 6x plus 9. Okay? But what if I go in and I change one of the signs? The middle one becomes, well, let's try it. So x plus 3 and x minus 3, x squared plus 3x minus 3x plus, minus 9. The middle one turns into 0. And we end up with x squared minus 9. So if they're exactly the same, then you end up with this number that's twice as big as the first one times the last one. Okay? If they're exactly the same, but there's a different sign in there, then those two middle terms will hit each other and cancel out and be 0. Okay? All right, so let's see if we can do a harder one. What about 2x minus 3 squared? Can you do that one in your head? First one will be 4x squared, and the last one's going to be plus 9. And then what about the middle one? Not 9. 12. Oh, almost. Negative 12x. Why negative 12x? The 2 and the 3 make negative 6x, and then we double it. You got this. And we get negative 12. Okay. So what if I did So the first one is x squared, and the last one is minus 49. What's the middle one? Nope, not negative 14. 0. Why is it 0 in this case? Because the signs are different. Good. Okay, what about this? So the first one's going to be 9x squared, and the last one's going to be minus 16. What about the middle one? 0. Why? They are exactly the same except for that one sign, so the two middle ones are opposite and they knock each other out. All right, your assignment for 2.3 is 3 through 23 odd, and then 31 through 35 odd.